There's this big problem in our community, our ethnic community for the most part. I'm just talking to black men. Yep, I'm talking to black men. You know, it's well, I say perception is everything and shit. That's the problem. People think perception is everything. You gotta appear a certain way to others as some measure of success. You know, you gotta have a certain amount of money, lodgings, a decent vehicle, and more importantly, in our community, you gotta have a certain type of woman, a certain looking woman. She gotta be the end all be all. She gotta be somebody that guys see you with her and they hate you. They want to fight you. They want to steal her. Otherwise, you're not successful. So, well, I think this is a big problem that needs to be solved. It's a plague in our community. Men are highly visual creatures. There's no doubt about it. Across this ethnic diaspora, we are visual creatures. We react with our senses initially upon meeting someone before even thinking about getting to know them, who they are as a person on inside and out, spiritually and otherwise, or what kind of mother they would be to your children, what kind of partner they'd be in life. You don't think about this initially. You just say, wow, there's a nice shiny thing. I like that nice shiny thing. I want to play with that nice shiny thing. I want to fulfill my pure interest with that nice shiny thing. But this is this seems to be an Achilles heel in our community. And I include the other guys in it, but I'm mostly talking to black guys because there's just an epidemic of whores in our community. I'm not, I'm not trying to judge or anything, but I was looking at some clips online, and this is me reacting to some shit online. I've been taking an extended break from political stuff because it's just been wrecking me over the summer of 2020. So I've been making a couple of episodes about social issues. So just want to say I was looking at a clip and I saw I wouldn't even call the person a C-list celebrity. They're kind of like a hanger on her. It's a female leech. I had to call that because she was a rapper, and then she was with some other guys, I guess, maybe some sports guys, athletes or whatever. And then she ended up with I guess her last choice is another rapper who obviously doesn't, fit her what she would actually want. But she's settling because she's hitting the wall. And the younger girls are just killing it. And also the whole OnlyFans and mini vids and Instagram and all this other shit has just wrecked her dime. So she's been forced to settle for a guy she doesn't, guy she doesn't really prefer, and she makes no bones about it. This girl is like a black Spanish, Dominican or something. Name is Tahiri Jose. Yeah, Tahiri Jose. That's her name. She's a really short Spanish sister with a huge ass. She has an incredible shape, no doubt about it. But she's batshit crazy, and because of the society we live in, they give her a pass. They give her a pass on this. And she's been broken up with the original rapper that put her on for years, and she still talks about him. She pulls like a Robin Givens, and she always talks about him. I don't hear her talking about any of the other guys she was with, which probably that list is considerable. And lately this summer, she's been on a reality show, and she's just been abusing her husband, her current. Well, I don't know if the guy's actually married to her, but she's been abusing this rapper for like the entirety of the show. It's egregious behavior, and no one's called her out on it. Really, people are just looking the other way and commenting on the guys how he reacts to what she does. And in one of the clips that I saw, she said that he wasn't financially viable and he was the brokest person she had ever been with. Like while the guy's sitting right next to her, they're sitting ass to ass, and she says this, and they're supposed to be a couple on the show. Reality TV is subjective. It's all bullshit, but still, I found that egregious behavior for some woman to sit next to her supposed mate and run him down and say he was the brokest guy they had ever been with, that she had ever been with. And the guy didn't say anything. He didn't know what to say. He did what most guys do when the women act like assholes in our community. They just clam up or they go overboard with the shit. So, that was the beginning of the bad blood between them. The next clip I saw was her, and they were in the kitchen or something. They were doing some kind of competition, I think, and there was a big metal bowl of apples, like big, real apples, the size of a regular apple. Like they were like golden apples or something. She took at least two of these and threw them and hit the guy in his upper body, and like one of the apples hit him dead in the face. And the guy still froze up. He froze up. And then right after that, I saw another clip where they were sitting ass to ass again, and she was talking about him, and she said something really fucked up that triggered him. And this guy actually got up and put his hands around her neck. He's a giant guy. He's way bigger than her. She's probably 5 feet tall or shorter. She's like a thick sister and everything, but this guy's like a big, beefy guy. And he got up and grabbed her ass around the neck, and then the host of the show ran up, and the security and some producers ran on, and they walked him off. And I saw the guy walking, and he was holding him, and how you would hold somebody if they was in a trauma position. He had his arm around the guy up under his armpit, and he was just walking the guy. He knew that the guy felt emotionally distraught. And then, I was watching social media, and you got a lot of people cracking jokes on the guy for putting his arms around the neck and calling him an abuser and everything. And a couple of people mentioning that she did hit him with the apples and called him the brokest N word she had ever been with. So she's probably going to catch any of that flack. But noticeable in the clip was the fact that she was smiling when he had grabbed her neck. The guy wasn't responding to her beforehand, but when he got really passionate and grabbed her around the neck and everything and was angry, she looked happy. She looked super happy that she had gotten him to react emotionally. And that's the problem and shit. You got all these crazy broads out here. When you're a young kid and you going through your hormones, when you start hitting puberty and shit, I can't describe it and shit. It's like a charge of lightning is going through your body and shit. When you see something that visually excites you and shit, you have a physical reaction. And you get, a lot of guys get imprinted when they're young. They see certain things about the opposite sex that follow them through life. That's that kind of woman they're into. That's why you got to be careful with boys. You got to watch them and you got to mentor them and everything to make sure that nothing bad is happening. I hate to be crass about things, but a lot of us brothers and a couple other people outside the community, man, we love that ass. DATASS. Love that ass, man. Once you see that shit, it just freezes their brain over. That's what I think when I see these clips with this brother just losing his shit and just choking the fuck out of Tahiri. That's what I say, man. It's the only reason he would even suffer her, She's like post-wall and shit at this point. She don't even look like what the fuck she used to look like back in the old days. And I feel bad, man. I think this brother should have said, fuck it. I wouldn't have got with her, man. The minute she would have shown any kind of crap, he should have got the fuck out of there, man, like it was on fire or something. One thing we don't teach our kids, especially our boys, when your son is little, when he's a little kid and shit, and he's just starting to go to school and everything and notice girls and all that shit, it's your responsibility. It's your duty, or it should be, that you take your son aside and give him a globe. Give him a 3-dimensional globe of the planet Earth. You give him that fucking globe. You put it in his hands and you tell him, you say, son, what is that in your hands? And if he's any kind of kid with any kind of normal brain, he's going to say, this is a globe of the planet Earth, father. And you say, yeah, son. Do you know why I gave you that globe? And he says, no. I say, look, son, the reason I'm giving you this globe is because I want you to put things in perspective. So I want you to tell me, how many women do you think are on the planet Earth? How many women do you think are on the fucking planet Earth? And the kids should say, I don't know, millions of, hundreds of millions of women, I guess. I don't know how many people on the planet, whatever. Be a smart kid, he'll figure it out. But it's just to make a point. You're not limited to whatever the area you grew up in. You're not limited to that. You can go out and find the love that you need and find the person that's right for you. You don't have to settle on shit for someone, especially not because of an attribute. Because when I look at Tahiri Jose, the only reason I think the brothers listening to her because she had a huge ass. She had like somewhat of a face. I mean, when I first saw her years ago, I thought she was this porn star named Pinky, but someone pointed out that she was a separate entity. So I was like, oh, that's Pinky. That's Pinky Triple X. That's a porn star who looks similar, but it wasn't her. She was her own thing, and she was with this guy named Joe Budden and shit. And they were doing a bunch of like online little episodes. They had like some kind of reality show, and most of it was just her acting like like a bitch, like a unrepentant diva. She was insufferable back in the day. So now that she's with this guy, she considers, her bottom of the barrel. She feels no need to treat him like a human being in any way. She feels no need to do that, and she's seeking to actively destroy him at every turn. I feel bad. Some people are going to say, oh, you're making excuses for an abuser or shit. But they're not going to talk about her saying that fucked up shit and throwing apples and shit and hitting them in the face with apples, which is physical abuse and emotional abuse and gaslighting and shit. Make the guy feel like he doesn't deserve her because he doesn't have a certain amount of money. And God knows what else she's doing and shit when the camera is off. And some people say they're not even really married. They're just, they've just been paired together for this reality show. I don't doubt it, but her behavior is subhuman. She doesn't deserve to be treated like a person and shit, in my opinion. I think the minute you hear some chick talking about your shortcomings, you should show that bitch the door. You should say, hey, motherfucker, I want you to moonwalk forward or backwards, but you need to get the fuck up out of here. The party's over up in here. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Fuck your ass, too. Nah, fuck it. I'll jerk off about a doll. You know? This I can't tell you how many women I've seen that look like her now in 2020. And you can make a bitch. You could go get a bottom barrel bitch who got a face or something, and you could just send her to Miami, and she can come back looking like Tahiri. So she's nothing special. She's nothing special. Whatever. Joe Budden he's one of the motherfuckers I tasked with this problem and shit. He's one of the reasons this shit happened and shit. Because back in the day, he took a basic bitch with a big old booty, and he weaponized that shit. She thinks she's something. What is special about her other than her big fat ass? Anybody knows who she is? Ask yourself that. If she didn't have a huge ass, and would you even pay attention to her? Or what she had anything to say? I don't ever hear her saying anything of merit or talking about any social issues. And who would listen to some big booty thought talking about those things anyway? If their name isn't Kardashian. It's not a slight at Kim. I gotta admit, I give Kim Kardashian a pass because she has been a wife to her husband and shit. I want to make an analogy about how I feel about Tahiri and women like her. I'm going to make an analogy. I'm going to use an old TV show to make that analogy. And that TV show is Angel. It's OCW TV show back when that network was good. They had this. It was like Angel. It's this show about a vampire with a soul, and it lasted a bunch of seasons. But one season they had this gigantic 7-foot motherfucker. It was like a big demon. He looked just like the devil, except it was like with Ben Grimm's rocky texture or whatever. And this thing was walking around fucking up everybody, right? So they had to go get this super female, like a Wonder Woman type female. And this chick was like kind of like a dirty thought on the show. She was like a superhuman female. She was like, they called her a slayer. Her name was Faith. And they went to get Faith to kill this thing. And she had a fight with the thing, and the thing beat the shit out of her. This big fucking monster beat the living shit out of her, right? And then after he was done beating her ass, she was still alive. And he told her, he said, is this all you are? Is this all you have to offer? You can never fight my master. You couldn't even defeat someone like me. I thought that shit just blew my mind away when he said that because the creature, if you saw the creature, it was demonic, it was horrific looking, and it had the most eloquent, human, poetic sounding voice when it finally spoke. And she just felt like shit, right? She was just like totally mind fucked and had a big, um, demon's hoof up her ass and shit. This thing had trashed her, you know, and she just felt like shit. She was like total shit. It was hilarious, man. And then the guy, the angel walked out and he just stabbed it. He shanked the thing in the back and killed it and shit. Right, that the thing got through telling her that, so she was totally fucked up. And they actually show her taking a shower after that and washing off because she was covered in blood and filth from being having her ass whooped. And she like lost her shit while she was in the shower and punched out the shower and destroyed the shower in there because she had a fit of rage about getting just burnt, verbally burnt after having her ass kicked. It was so fucking funny. But when I can make a comparison from that to Tahiri Jose and shit. Just like that big fat nigga should have told her when she was doing all that shit through those apples. Instead of choking that bitch, he should have said, "You have a big giant ass, and you are post wall and shit. Yeah, you're with me and shit because I'm your last option. Is this all you are? Is this all you have to offer? A big ass? Must I have to listen to your psychotic issues and shit and deal with you? Just because you have a big ass." That's what that brother should have told her. But nah, he succumbed to the Lillian power of this bitch and lost his fucking soul. Now he's gonna be branded as some kind of abuser and shit. There's no rehabilitating him and shit because, as you know, social media is gonna rake him over the coals, and you got a legion of dummies out there, female misandrists, ready to just flog this guy, and give him a social media lynching. He's already probably in the middle of that shit, and I feel bad for that brother because he lost his soul when he put his hands around her fucking neck. She wasn't worth it. She wasn't worth a goddamn thing to do that. I don't think any woman that's doing shit like that is worth shit. The minute your chick is acting fucked up, you think they're fucked up, you need to get out. You need to just get the fuck out, pack a bag and get out. If you can't pack a bag, just get the fuck out and leave her alone. Just send her fucking texts or something. Don't even go around them if they're that toxic. This woman was fucking toxic and shit. There's a lot of women like her out there that don't even look half as good as what she looks like and shit. And they ain't worth the time. None of them, no matter what. I don't give a fuck if this bitch Miss America, Miss Universe, whatever the fuck. The most holiest bitch on the planet. If she's a toxic cunt, you need to get the fuck out. Just get out. Just get out. You don't deserve that. You deserve to preserve your life and happiness and shit. And we're not teaching our guys that. We need to teach our guys that. That need to be an active thing taught in our ethnic community and shit. And abroad. You have to get respect. You have to get love and shit. That's why everything's going in the fucking toilet. We don't have any solidarity and shit. But a lot in our community, man, you get like a lot of guys like, man, that shit got a big ass, man. I'll do anything to be with that shit, man. Yeah, I'll do anything for that. And then when you get it, it ain't even worth nothing. I lived in the West Coast for 3 decades. Been with a lot of women, man. Been a lot of women. A couple third of them had Tahiri's dimensions or a big giant ass, okay? And I had a few that looked way better than her ass. And I am not a celebrity or anything by any means. It's a fucking nerd, and I was rolling up on, a lot of females. It's no big deal. It's all the same. Then some women different colors. There's nothing, just a different coat of paint. Fuck it. I think she's morally reprehensible and a piece of shit for the things that she did and the abuse she heaped on, I think his name's Vado, for the duration of this show. I mean, it's already pre-taped and shit. They already know the outcome and shit. They chose to put that image out there so that people could see it and react to it and shit. Because it's all about sensationalism and shit. It's not about truth and finding any kind of relationship. They are not a couple. They're not married or anything, man. How could you marry somebody you feel that way about? Disgusting, And if she's marrying him for what little pockets of change he got and shit, she's even more of less of an entity. The enemy, guys, is emotion. That's the enemy with these women and shit. With you in a relationship with these women, they doing crazy shit, acting like assholes, tearing up your house, keep your house dirty, fucking with you, talking shit to you, texting you, calling your ass 10 times a minute and shit, coming up to your job, fucking with you about who you on social media with, acting like assholes, or they cheating on you, being shitty, looking stankin', not communicating, give me ultimatums, all that bullshit. It's not really. It's not. What the fuck are you there for? Marriage and love is supposed to be a symbiotic relationship. What the fuck? If you don't have any of that shit, what the fuck do you have other than her appearance? Hey, god damn it, man. What is there left? What does the future hold and shit? As far as pair bonding and everything, it's really fucking hard and shit with no goddamn respect. Right on the table. The first thing the chick should bring to the table is a mutual respect and humanity. Like this. Hey, I wouldn't want someone to treat me like that. Why would I treat them like that? I've seen a lot of shit. I've seen a lot of egregious behavior this summer of 2020, man. It makes me sad, man. It makes me fucking sad. I've seen a lot of women doing fucked up shit. A majority of those women have everything a woman would want in life from their guy. And the guy's a select guy, and he got all this shit and everything. And the chick still fucked him over and had a shitty attitude about it. So what do you have if you don't have respect, first and foremost, for just a basic humanity? And some of these people have children with you. I'm just like, god damn, is there no line you won't cross to just feel good about yourself? Pettiness. Disgusting. Man, I don't know what to say. Yeah, this chick got a big ass, man. I like looking at her fucking ass, man. Back in the day, I don't mind looking at it right now if it's still on point and shit. But above the waist, I don't see her as a person. She could put a fucking box, a cardboard box over her ass from her head to like just the upper part of her waist, and just leave her legs and shit, walk out, and I have a relationship with that ass. That's how I treat her, because she don't really have no respect for fucking Votto. He's a human being and shit. I don't know what kind of person he is. He might be a dick or something, but no man deserves to be cucked like that in front of the planet and shit. Whoever clicks on that clip and shit, that shit goes all over the world, man. And people are seeing this example in our ethnic community. Like, oh, look how the black guys and women treat them and shit and all this crap. Oh, like, damn, that's fucked up. You don't really see no white celebrities doing that shit to their partners. You don't see them really doing that other than Amber Heard. You don't really see them doing that shit, and she's fucking insane because she took a shit in Johnny Depp's bed, man. Took a shit in that dude's bed. This guy owns like enough shit. She owns like a mountain palace and shit. And this bitch living in there, and she ain't happy. Yeah, it's fucked up. She the one white, mutant of fuckery. Like, you got all these women, man. They don't have no boundaries anymore. And, somebody's going to say, like, I want to get into a pissing contest. Most of the time we tell females this shit. Well, what about the men? What the men? Nah. You take some responsibility for your fucking actions. If the guy's doing something you don't like, most women don't understand. They make the choice to who they open their goddamn legs to, who they gonna allow on their ass. I don't see no dude just walk up to some bitch and grab her by the hair and just drag off with her, throw in the trunk of his car and drive off. Man, it don't work like that. That caveman shit just played out. It ain't been around for millions of fucking years and shit. She goes to some third world country, somewhere obscure place and shit. And quality of life is real fucked up. You got chicks like I gotta survive. I ain't gonna fucking eat if I don't cooperate with this motherfucker. It ain't like that over here in the States. It's all fucked up. It's all agenda and fuckery and women just being fucked off, man. Fucking Meg Thee Stallion supposedly got shot in her fucking feet. And I didn't give a shit. I didn't even care that she got shot in her feet by some nigga. It was Tory Lanez, supposedly. I don't believe that fucking story. How does this bitch get shot in her feet and then she on Instagram and shit? She should be in goddamn rehab. She should be in fucking rehab. You learn how to walk again. Like, yeah, if you got shot in your feet, even if it's a 22 and shit, still going through your fucking foot, right? Like, why she didn't post a picture of her fucked up feet with the bullet holes in them? She said she got shot in both her feet and she was recovering. And I seen her in the video. She's like out somewhere. I'm like, hey, how the fuck are you out at a venue or something talking about getting shot in your feet and shit and how you a victim? I'm like, nigga, you should be in rehab. Should you be in fucking rehab? What kind of fucking feet you got, bitch? You got some steel feet or something? Like, what the hell? How did somebody shoot you in the foot with any caliber of a weapon? Even a goddamn air pistol will fuck your shit up if you shoot them a certain way. You got fucking veins in your shit in your feet. This bitch talking about, oh, don't be making fun of her because she got shot. I'm going to make fun of your ass. She got shot in your feet. And a lot of people gloss over the fact that when she jumped out of the car from Tory Lanez, she didn't have no goddamn clothes on. I'm like, why you was butt naked up in the car like that. What kind of nigga you rolling with? Where he gonna fuck your ass? I mean, was y'all getting that shit on in the car or something? You know, I'm down. I've done that shit too. I done had sex in public places, but you know, I'm like, damn, you jumped out the car with your ass and everything out to the fucking world. Like a helicopter up there taking pictures of that shit. You know, so you making the mainstream laugh their ass off, man. They like, these people ain't never gonna get this shit together. Just jumping out the car. And her friends were in there. And like her friend came out the car too, and her fucking like bathing suit. She was like at least wearing some clothes. But Megan jumped out, she ain't had shit on. I'm like, damn, did the nigga make you take your clothes off at gunpoint or something? Like, what the kind of niggas are you fucking picking? You guys always talking shit about somebody non-select and they're a nerd and they're this and that and the other, you know. But you're picking these psychotic maniacs you want to fuck with. You know, you're picking a Danny Glover Mister from Color Purple and shit. You picking some of these crazy ass niggas that's, you know, like Zeus from No Holds Barred and shit. You picking these motherfuckers. You know, fucking Debo and shit. You know, a couple other niggas you picking and shit. You know, these sketchy ass niggas. Y'all fucking niggas like Future, even though he got like 15 baby mamas and shit. You don't give a fuck. Y'all out there trying to get the bag. It's a fucking whorish, prostitute ass, you know, mentality that's fucking up the ethnic community right now. And we'll just see where it goes. I've already commented that I think that somewhere down the line, this shit is going to go all the way the other way. And we're going to end up with some kind of weird secular community and shit if we even survive. But whatever. Tahiri is a piece of shit and she don't deserve no fucking consideration in any respect and shit, public or otherwise. Fuck you, Tahiri. You got a big ass booty. You need to get some back shots, man. You need to get a bunch of back shots from that Votto dude. You need to get some righteous back shots, and then you should get kicked to the curb. I hope you get treated and passed around like a used handbag, motherfucker. Okay, and that's for saying that he was the brokest nigga you ever been with, and doing some other shit and hitting this nigga with apples and talking about Joe Budden and shit and his presence and shit, and disrespecting the current relationship you have, and just being a dick and just, you know, still doing your fucking calendar and all your shit. You know, what the fuck are you other than your fucking ass and shit? I don't know how old you are. Maybe she in her late 30s, early 40s, or maybe she approaching 50. Who the fuck knows how old she is and shit? How long do you think you gonna be showing your booty and somebody gonna give a fuck when this new bitch is coming out all the time with asses better than yours? You know, it's a fucking ass arms race, okay? Fuck you. You ain't shit. You ain't shit, Tahiri. Maybe you should get in the car with Tory Lanez. I think she should be sentenced to take a fucking road trip with Tory Lanez and some fucking weapon ordinance and shit, okay? Tory Lanez need to get his guns out, man. He need to get 2 barrels like the fucking John Woo movie and pop her in her fucking feet too for his boy Votto. Because you guys like Tory Lanez and Votto and a couple other niggas, Will Smith on that shit, and you know, Steph Curry to a certain degree. Motherfuckers on they got no respect and shit from the brothers. You know why? Because letting your bitches run roughshod. When they start doing that shit, you just showing the door. Like, okay, let's just get a divorce. All right, I'll take half of your shit and everything. I'm taking everything away that you ever had. I'm gonna take. Okay, bitch, take it. Bye, nigga. I'm build some more shit. Yeah, why we getting a divorce? I'll work out a fucking deal. Like Will Smith should have been like, fuck that shit. I'm out. Wouldn't have never done that shit. He listened to his wife, man. He was a fucking idiot. He was in a marriage, but she wasn't married to him. Bitch and cheat on his ass so many times. You know, it's just been a bad look for black women. Mostly this, you know, because our ethnic community is so embattered and shit. You know, from the mainstream, the outsiders, and just within and shit, man. We're fucked. I don't even see why any like white supremacists would even be worried about us that much. We're so fucked. Look what the fuck's going on. We can't even come together in our own homes. You can't build shit, man. What can you do with some woman that's an antagonist and shit? What the fuck can you build with her? What kind of life can you have with her? Tahiri just got a big old ass. That's all she is a booty. Okay, she's a fucking booty. And that being said, kiss my ass.